Praise his name. I am thankful to be back with you. Amen. I had a wonderful experience during the 111th convocation of the Church of God in Christ in St. Louis, and I had not attended in 20-some years. So I really went there. When I got there, I couldn't recognize hardly anybody because there's a different crowd of people now. First of all, it's in St. Louis, where last time I attended, Memphis, the headquarters, and it's been in St. Louis for several years now. And I understand that after next year, they'll go to St. Louis next year and back to Memphis the following year, to 2020. But after they so, I started recognizing a few people. But it was a good experience. And for me, God had told me to go. And I don't know all the reasons why he told me to go. As in your life, tell you to go somewhere, you don't know necessarily all the reasons why. But first of all, when you tell you to do something, you don't ask how or what you mean or what I'm supposed to do, whatever. You don't get the details because you're talking to God. And he's not going to tell you all the details. He wants you to do what he said do. Whatever Jesus' mother said, whatever he said do, just do it. Yeah, you don't need to explain nothing to you. Because you didn't come here on your own. He put you here. So that means he's in charge of your life. When he said do, Abraham didn't start asking, well, where I'm going. Especially when you tell me to walk away from my family. No, he didn't go in there. I mean, it may have been in his mind, but he dare not speak it. He just went, obeyed God. He didn't know who he was going to sacrifice when God just go sacrifice. He didn't turn around and spoke through the Holy Spirit's inspiration to his son, God will provide. And God did provide. But I had that experience to just obey God. But I did get something out of it because God sent me there. And I was recognized by a few people as a legend. So I said, God, thank you for being a legend. And Roger, one young man about your age, he said, when I walked up to the table, I went to subscribe to the Whole Truth to supervisors. Some of you all know what supervisors are in the States. They were sitting there and said, brother, can you subscribe to the Whole Truth? And the Spirit said, tell him yes. And I said, I will. But to make a long story short, that brother looked at me, this is Jonathan Greer. Oh, this is Jonathan Greer. Pointed to the mothers and said, this is Jonathan Greer. This is a legend here. Amen. I want to take a picture with him. And he took a picture with me, and the mother said, I want to take a picture with him too. One of the mothers said to me, said, you are a man of God. She said, you have done a great work. She didn't even know me. When she went to speaking, she said, God's in you. See, the Holy Spirit in anybody can detect the Holy Spirit in somebody. You don't have to know your name and who you are. It pick up on you, darling. And you can't pretend to folk that you got it. And you ain't got it. Because spiritual people know you don't have it. You can fake in the world system, but you can't fake in God's system. I said something like this. You can't fake God. If it ain't there, it ain't there. Holy Ghost ain't there, it ain't there. Well, I'm thankful that I got that experience. Amen. And I was going to be out this weekend. And the Spirit said, no. I said, well, I committed. I got to pray and whatever. I said, I'm going to obey God. I took a verse and I said, talked about certain details about the truth about cancer. I said, I don't care about whatever. I'm going to obey God. Yeah, I don't care what, when you done made plans. When you done made plans, and God said, don't do it. You better cancel the plan. Now, it's all right to make plans. Because a lot of times we make plans, we didn't ask God in the first place. We just made plans because we are planning. But on that post, what did I say? Lean not to your own understanding. All your ways acknowledge Him and let Him direct you. He'll direct your path. I done told you all this over and over again. Yeah, you know, He'll direct you where to park. Some of you have caught on to it now. You done caught on. You done caught the principle now. From your past, you done caught it. It works. He'll direct you when you don't supposed to travel somewhere. The still small voice in you, the Holy Spirit, will direct you if you get close enough to Him. I told one of my daughters, I said, the Lord will, I told my members this, I told my members, when you get close enough to God, you won't get a surprise when you're getting ready to die. Folks who are spiritual be telling you, they're getting ready, no, mama, you ain't going nowhere. Betty probably could have witnessed it. They know instinctively. They don't know the day or the hour, but they feel it's home time. I'm going home. You kind of hold me, I'm going home. Because the Spirit had already told me. And the biggest surprise you got, the last surprise you're going to get in life is you're going to die. I'll let you catch up. You will die. That's the biggest and last surprise you're going to have in your life. You're going to die. You ain't got no surprise behind that because you're dead. But when you know your time is up, I'll give you an example of what I just have to say. Paul says, I have fought a good fight. I kept the faith. Now he's talking while he's living. I'm ready. I finished my course. Mother Foxworth finished her course. Y'all have to keep up with me because I skipped from one thing to another. You can't tell what I'm coming from, where I'm going.
That's the Spirit.
Yeah, that's the Holy Spirit. I'm preaching a minute sermon about her. I see why Betty's like she is. I told her, you said she's just like a mother. She looks like a twin. Like a twin. A life characterized by faithfulness. Listen to this. This is a preaching, this is a message to you. Diligence. And by her spirit of selfless devotion to her family. Family. And I see something else. Church. I wish the absentees would hear this. And community. And yes, it would have been here. I invited you all to get on the coast. Be my special guest. Did I? And you came. Actually, I invited him. He's here. He obeyed. The absentees didn't obey. You ain't getting nowhere with disobeying the prophet. You're cutting out your prosperity. Well, read the Bible.
Obey the prophet.
Oh, what does it say, Elvin?
Obey the prophet, and so shalt thou prosper.
Obey the prophet. You know why you obey the prophet? That's Jonathan Greer. No, I ain't talking about Jonathan Greer. He's a prophet. And the prophet is God's voice. So you're obeying God. Follow what I'm coming. You're obeying God. So when you obey God, it's coming through a prophet because that's an earthly vessel. Y'all got to stop personalizing things. And you may not like Jonathan Greer. Now, I'm not asking you to like me. Just obey me. Because you're obeying God. Some of you don't get into praise because of Dolores. I'm working with you right now. I came back to work with you. That's why I'm here today. You won't get into praise. You sit there like a cow looking at a new gate. Detach her personality. She's leading you into praise to God, not to her. Sheila and Melissa ain't up here leading you to them. They're leading you to God's praise. To the praise that if you got any praise. If God don't mean nothing to you, don't praise Him. But if you got a connection with God, you're going to praise Him. If you come into this room and the ushers, the doorkeepers don't open the door, then that's a different story. But when they open the door, don't get an attitude who's opening the door. You want to come in the room. Go ahead through the door. I don't care who the doorkeeper is. Like, who is you? Who is you? Who is you? Where you come from? You want to go through the door. You ain't interested in getting a social gathering right at the door. You want to go through the door. Open the door, sister. Simple. I'm trying to make it as simple as I can. Whoever is opening the door to what you need, go get it. I don't care who it is that opens it. Just open the door. Lead me to Calvary. Elder Stewart preached last Sunday. And I heard he preached too. I knew he was going to preach because I wouldn't let him preach if I knew he was going to preach. I knew God was going to use him. And he spoke.
Yes, he did.
Now, you know what I'm saying? I thank you to Pastor. Sister, get a life. Brother, get a life. You want to hear the word. Is there a word from the Lord, not Elder Stewart? He's standing in the gap for the pastor. Go ahead and hear the word. I know you like to hear me preach, but whoever's up here, let him preach. Now, if they don't give the word, they say, I don't know why Pastor leave this person here, because I didn't get the word. That's a different story. And you know when I have preachers that mess up, they don't have to worry about it. You don't have to say nothing. I know they won't come back. That's simple as that. I won't let them back. And I done had some preachers down through the years. They didn't do the right thing. They was there one time only. Because I'm responsible for this pulpit.
Yes, you are.
And whoever stands in this pulpit is going to have an anointing on them. Because the space is anointed by God. That's the shepherd. You're stepping into a place where it's already anointed. me finish what my sermon, the first sermon, about Mother Foxworth. And y'all having a different message. I'm preaching on her now. To the church and community are words that describe Nettie Mae Mahone Foxworth. And it tells when she was born. And then they said, affectionately known by her great-grandchildren, as Gigi. I got a cousin called Gigi. Now, in nutrition, she was also in the school system, and I underline Betty, nutrition. So as she's concerned about what she eats, she must have been eating really good, because she lived to be 91. And she would have lived to be 91 in fast food stuff all the time. And that's what I found out, Betty. That's why I knew, that's where your cooking come from. The sweet potato pie and all of that. She was a faithful parishioner for over 77 years in Atlanta. See, some of you aren't there, so I'm going to give you some, I'm preaching for to let you know that. She used to be a member of the church, Jones Avenue. She was with Kojic, as I was. Then she became a cathedral of faith. She was with us. Then she was an usher. See, Betty, you're watching Mother right there. She was over our usher board for many years. And then the importance of family, of faith. She had importance of faith, family, work, kindness, generosity, forgiveness, and love. That sounds like a saint to me. She was an awesome cook, well, I just got to say, and enjoyed entertaining her family and friends. Betty took me several times, her and her usher took us out to somewhere, what that place was. Yeah, whatever it was like a house.
Yeah.
Boy, we had some good food. And I'll tell you. And then she died on her birthday.
Yes, she did. Yeah.
20th of the 9th of November. She fought a good fight and finished her course. I wanted to say that. The Lord said, preach a little sermon on her. Show an example of what all of us ought to be like. I don't do this for everybody's eulogy and celebration, but the Lord told me to do this, and I obeyed. Betty, stand up. That's our church secretary. In case you didn't know her, that's Betty. All the family, all the Mitchell family, stand up. Oh, they came to church, didn't they? You know, they just caught on to the teachings I've been teaching. Faithful, because they're celebrating God. They're celebrating Christ, as I said on the post. I saw you, Lisa, you took out my oldest granddaughter, oldest grandchild, and you was, pictures are all in the book. Ashley, you too. Ashley is just really Ashley what she is. Stephen and all his wonderful children, grandchildren, all of you. This is a big family.
Oh, you just know business.
Y'all hear what I say? This is a big family. I still want y'all to stay with me, because you are the biggest family in this church. And they've been sticking with me for many years. I just want y'all to come more often. Lisa, Betty, always, you know. Stephen always worked. I'm going to pray you off that job. Pray you off. God bless you. Thank you. We're praying for you. Betty turned around. She did help me to do the calling post on yesterday. You know, it's all right to grieve. It's all right to sorrow and cry for the passing of your loved ones. But don't let it stop your life. Keep on going. Let it be an inspiration for you to finish your course. And know that God, through you, had a good example and a good mentor that you mentored, brother. And I thank God for that celebration on Friday. It was wonderful, 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 wonderful celebration. I enjoyed. And Elder Williams, you know, when you preside, and Elder Gilchrist, that pastor told him just like it was. He said, he said it real nice. Now, any of you that want to have remarks, pray for them. Pray for them, send your love. Because your name ain't on this program. Don't come to the mic. The family has already put on their program who they want. And if you have a name ain't on it, and they got to keep my seat. I said, I ain't going up there. My name ain't on the program. So he knew how to handle that. See, at the funeral, it's decent and in order. And you know, everybody wants to say something at the funeral. Talk to the family. Call them up after the funeral. People forget you after the funeral. Anytime you need me, call on. Stop telling that one. Because if the family start calling and say, I need you now, come over here and cook something for me. I'm a little busy right now, but I'll be back in touch with you. Y'all don't know people, do you? So you don't depend on it. You want to stand up and talk, you take 3 minutes, they want to talk 10 minutes. Everybody want to preach their little sermon. Talk to the person when they're living. Encourage one another while they're living. Give them their flowers while they can smell them. All right, y'all have heard that sermon. Now that's Bishop.
Just to give you words of encouragement. Mother Nettie Boxford's brother, Brother Mahone. What was his first name, Daddy? Yeah, Uncle Pete. I call him one of my spiritual uncles. He always would talk about you, how the ministry of Cathedral Faith under your leadership impacted his life and other lives. Now, he didn't come to Cathedral. He was with Pastor Colette Gumby. But just to show you how your legacy and how God used you not just within Cathedral Faith, but it went all over. Uncle Pete would talk about you many times. He would come to the barber shop on Saturday and get his haircut, and he would always talk about the ministry of Cathedral Faith. And you didn't know that, but I just want to share that with you.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That's
That was
encouraging.
Mother Papa's brother.
My goodness, I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that with me. That's encouraging. That's encouraging to me. You know, this praise was unusual today.
Yes, it was.
I understand it was the same way last week, but it was a spiritual dimension that all haven't got into yet in our church. There's something in here, else if you weren't in here, it wouldn't work. But if some of you was into it, I would feel it in the spirit. That was a deep dimension. And then Elder, let me tell you something. I walked in that door and I said, it looked like Indians are in there today. No, this is the native Indians. It's a war cry. Spiritually. And you beating them drums like that, and brother, I said, good God. And I had just showed Pastor D a letter that I got from one of the Indian children. And I would bring something you had from two different locations. That was a spiritual dimension. And those, y'all turned into Indians. Holy, 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 holy. That was there's a dimension of spiritual, and you know, Native Americans are glory to God. They are spiritual people. The other man came and took away some of that, you know, and gave them fire water instead of spirit, and took their land and said he discovered it. What? How you discover something that's already on? It's already there. And they got them locked up like prison camps called reservations. Right here in America. I could say some more on that, but I don't know about it because it costs some expression. Well, read between the lines. Come here, Pat. I got a big pack. They sent little small gifts to us, but to me, and I'm turning it over to the youth. The youth are taking over. Yes. This package. One is from St. Joseph, and the other from St. Gabriel that we've been supporting all along. And anytime I go through and I see checkbox, that means that's emphasis. But I want you to respond. And she's going. I heard about you. Pastor D told me you started something. Tell us about it.
We're going to, well, we always want our children to know it's better to give than to receive.
That's it.
And so during the Christmas season, it's always a great idea to encourage the children to give something to someone else other than themselves. And so Pastor's been sharing this with me for some time. And I saw a letter from one of the, ministers there. And he said the children wanted more than a pair of socks. So they want help in making sure that all the children will get a gift. So we're asking all of our children, as well as the congregation, to give a generous donation. At the school that Pastor has been sponsoring, they have 450 children. And we probably won't be able to get 450 gifts, but we can do something. So please help us starting today by giving us the donations so that on the first Sunday we can send them a check and we can make them smile and give them Christmas in the true spirit of Christmas. Thank you so much.
That's good. I got Calvin for you and some reading cards you can use too, and some other little things. And it's two different schools. And I was sharing with Pastor D this morning about one of them wrote a letter to me. It was let me see what you see if I got it in there. Let's see. I think that's it. Let's see. They wrote it to Dr. Williams.
Dear friends, I hope you have had good weather. I am having a good time at school. My favorite subjects at St. Joseph's are math, reading, social studies, English, art, and computers. Probably my most favorite thing to do in school is art. One thing I like to draw is the Miami Heat logo. What do you like to draw? What favorite sports do you like? I like basketball, football, and baseball. Here at St. Joe's, I play football. In football, I'm a lineman. In basketball, the position I play is center. Sports here are a lot of fun. Your friend, Richard.
You see what we're doing in Divine Love Fellowship? We don't keep all of it in the house. And the more we give, the more we're going to come into this house. I taught the thief 11 years ago. See, and that's a principle. And these children, like in Haiti, Friends of Mission, some of them are going to become doctors and lawyers. And I was supporting them when they was little children. And when I went to Haiti, they was able to, well, Freddie, you go over there, Freddie?
Yes, sir.
And some of those, they remember who's helping when others forget them. So we also, today, give a good missions offering to the children to help these children in the Christmas holidays. And teach, like Sister Patty is doing, she's doing a good job, teaching the children not always want to get something. for Christmas. First of all, it's not your birthday, children. It's Jesus' birthday. And Jesus didn't come to get, he came to give. I teach my grandchildren that. Don't look for me to give you no gifts. If I give you money, you better spend it on your mother and father or somebody else. Don't spend it on yourself. I got quiet on that man. See, all parents got to change the style. Teach these children how to give. What are y'all supposed to do for Christmas? What have I been teaching you all to do? Get a Christmas card and do what? Put a gift in there to the ministry, all right? Do it this year. You didn't do it last year. All right? You know Papa's home, so Papa's going to be Papa. I'm not a visiting evangelist. I'm Papa. I take my time. And I have a right to take my time. After 50-some years pastoring y'all, I have a right to take my time. Yeah. No, it's just going to be the children, man. They don't know. Brother Mac Billings, you did it up last Sunday. I heard about it. And whoever your helper was, that was wonderful. The veterans, you didn't forget about us. And I thank God for you remembering us. How many veterans are present today? Any veterans present today? Ed is a veteran. Who else? Pam is a veteran. Who else? Bill is a veteran. I didn't know Bill was a veteran. Who else? Pastor Greer. Yeah, I am a veteran. That's right. I was a veteran. And I'm thankful for serving in the armed forces for the time I did. I was much, much younger then, and I'm glad they didn't call me in at this time, because I told them no thank you. They don't call me for no jury duty either. And some things you don't call on me no more for. I delegate and regulate. That's my style. Delegate and regulate, so I can live longer. Old man King, Daddy King told me years ago, I preached for him years ago. He said, Greer, I ain't gonna pastor all of my life. I'm a pastor, I'm gonna be pastor emeritus, let that young man go forth. And I'll preach when I get ready to preach. And Daddy King told me that he said, when I went to preach for him, Elder Stewart, one Thursday night, he led me into the church, and then he sat in the audience. I said, Dad, you want up? He said, no, you gonna preach.